My name is Amanda Kavanaugh, and I am from Watervliet, New York. I am a patient here at CNY. I've been here for about a year and a half now. I was petrified. It's something, for my whole life I've always wanted to be a mom, and I never knew exactly what that was gonna look like. And since I was about 14, I was diagnosed with polycystic ovaries. So I also always knew that it was gonna be a challenge when the time came. So it was almost something that I wanted, but I never wanted to face. Like, I always knew I wanted to be a mom. I always knew that I wanted to get pregnant, but I didn't want to face the challenges that I knew were going to come with that. So I was petrified. But after a conversation with Dr. Grossman, the first time, my first consult, I was like, okay, maybe I can do this. And then I took a little bit longer and started talking about donor sperm and getting, what do I want? Do I want to do IUI? Do I want to do IVF? And really thinking about it. And I think what helped the most about being scared was having a plan, knowing like you're going to try IUI 3 times. The first time we're going to do it maybe with a little bit of medication, the second time a little bit more, and then if it doesn't work by the 3rd time, we'll switch to IVF. So having the plan in motion really helped unnerve me, but I was scared. And then you come here and it's beautiful and it's calm and the music is playing and everyone is friendly, so it dissipated quickly. And even now, I think every time you are coming to a new appointment or you're trying a new medication, you can be scared and nervous, but there's always people here for you to say, to help you through and to break down those nerves. I have a lot of same-sex couple friends who come here and who have felt the same way that I do, and people who have tried other clinics and then end up coming here, and this is where they end up pregnant. This is where their journey goes and where they feel the most comfortable. It's almost like a safe place here, being in a same-sex relationship, because we've never had a moment where I didn't feel like it was not accepted or there was an issue or anybody felt a certain way about it. It was really overwhelming at first. I really wasn't sure. There's all these sperm banks, all these people to choose from inside of the sperm banks, all these different things that you can do. And again, I turned to my support system here to say, what have you seen the best experience out of? What do you suggest? What are the things I should look for? And the nurses really guided me to what they have seen and what they've experienced and what they think would work and what you should look for. And so then we were able to narrow down a site and where we, what we thought would be best. And then it was just a journey of who did we think would mesh well. And, I, obviously being in a same-sex couple, but I'm carrying, so I wanted somebody with traits similar to my wife so that it still felt like a combination of the both of us. So it ended up being pretty easy once we knew what we wanted, but it took a little while to figure out what would be the best way to go about that. Just knowing how great Dr. Kiltz and Dr. Grossman are. They're the 2 doctors that I've been the most in contact with. Dr. Kiltz gives you his cell phone number and says, if there's anything you need, talk to me. And so I just feel like you don't get the care in any kind of space, whether it's fertility or whatever. I wish that they could be my everything doctors here. There's just nothing better than the care here at CNY, and I really appreciate that. So if someone didn't know where to turn, I would say come to CNY. I think the care that you can get here, whether you want every single medication that might be possible or you don't want any, they're willing to work with you and they really explain to you the importance of the different things. And I just don't think there's anything else like CNY, so I would always recommend to come here. I feel like I've really been the pilot for my own decision making. I've met with Dr. Grossman and of course all of the nurses and the assistants around the office who are all wonderful, but they really give you the tools and the information, and help you make choices that would be best for you. But in my experience, it's never been a one-size-fits-all kind of experience. You know, sometimes when you go to a doctor's office, they say, you know, okay, here's what we're gonna do. But I feel like meeting with Dr. Grossman and Dr. Kiltz, they've been able to say, well, we know this works, but this might also work, and what are you comfortable with? So at a point when I felt like maybe I was gonna give up, the nurses really encouraged me to keep going, and were really comforting to me around the clock. And then I was able to meet with Dr. Kiltz, and he was ready to put all the energy back into me that I ever needed, and make me think that I was gonna take off and running. So it's been really great to have people who are on your side and really willing to help you get what you want. Money is a huge thing. You know, our insurance covers IUI but doesn't cover IVF. So I originally went with IUI because that was the more affordable option for us. And then when we approached the issue of having to do IVF, I was really fearful of, you know, how was I going to afford to pay for this? This is something that I really want. And being able to work with CNY on the payment plan and finance those options was huge for us. And so instead of having one big huge chunk that I had to save up and pay for and continue to wait for trying to have a baby, I was able to make a payment every single month and be able to afford all the medications and all the other things that you can't finance. So it was really huge for us that we were able to do that. I'm genuinely happy to be here. I think there's a difference between like going to a doctor's office and having everything almost sterile and very like concrete, and you're there for business. And when I'm here, I am happy. Like although there's hard times and I've been through miscarriages and rough things here in this building, the friendships and the kindness that I've created around the people, I just feel comfortable here. So it makes me happy to be here, and I look forward to coming here, and I'm sad when I'm taking a break and I don't have times here. So I was about 6 weeks pregnant, and we had a great family vacation, and I was doing what I thought was all of the right things, and we came home and I started to have bleeding. And actually this is another reason why I love CNY, because it was midnight and I woke up and I was bleeding and I was crying hysterically and I didn't know what to do, and I called CNY and I was able to talk to a nurse in the middle of the night, and she was able to, you know, to counsel me through. And she said, you know, you have to be positive. We don't know 100%. We'll see you in the morning. If you want to go to the emergency room, you can, but I wouldn't want to put you through that. There's nothing that's going to stop anything that's happening. So, you know, you do what makes you comfortable. And then they were able to get me here first thing in the morning and get an appointment. And although my heart was broken, I almost felt worse for my nurses and the friends that I made here, because they were just as heartbroken for me and my wife. So it was very tough, but because of the support system that I had here, it was a little bit easier. And they were with me every step of the way. Every time I was angry that my numbers weren't going down and I couldn't try again, they were angry with me. They, you know, I don't know if I was someplace else that I would have been able to rebound the way that I did and really try again, because it's because of the people here and the way they treated me and my wife that we felt comfortable and confident in doing it again.